a lot of things you see from her, she's going to be something you have to kind of grow, somebody who you have to learn from. And she's actually done a really good job, and she's become a star in the process. She was a double champion as well. Double championships were a big thing over the past year. We had a lot of double champions, and especially in the women's division. But Ruca, she held her own. Character growth. She had the tag team with Zarya. Ruca seems to have the package. Even she had the spotlight on Saturday night's main event. So Ruca, definitely somebody you could actually look forward to having a big year in the future. But she's my number 3 for Breakout Wrestler of the Year. My number 2 is going to be Harley Cameron. Harley Cameron, she was somebody who kind of like bounced around backstage. You saw her in a lot of AEW social media videos, and I believe AEW. But I've said throughout the year, she was big in getting Mercedes Moné over with the fans, and her Mercedes winning the fans back. She started teaming with Mercedes and debuted Mini Moné, and quickly she was a highlight of the show. Probably one of the most over characters on the show in Harley Cameron, not Mini Moné. And anytime she would pop up, she got everybody's attention. And even that storyline pretty much gets closed because in Blood and Guts, she brings Mini Moné and attacks Mercedes. And she also wins the Women's World Championship tag team championship, because another thing that was a thing going on during her time this year was she kept bouncing around for tag team partners. So Harley Cameron, definitely somebody who grabs your attention. Harley Cameron, definitely somebody who is a star in this business. She is my number 2 Breakout Wrestler of the Year. Now, my number 1, I beat a dead horse about this the entire year, Jacy Jayne. Jacy Jayne is the Breakout Wrestler of the Year. I've said this repeatedly. The second she debuted in Toxic Attraction became a thing, I was like, who is that? I will always say, who is that? She's awesome. And when she was in Toxic Attraction, it was basically Mandy was number 1. People knew who Priscilla Kelly was. People know who Gigi was. And everybody was like, who's she? And from the jump, she stood out. Mandy Rose gets let go. She has a feud with Gigi, and Gigi goes over, but Jacy is the one that's still standing at the end of this. And Jacy has been fantastic. Jacy did a thing with Chase Hugh last year. Well, 2024 with Chase Hugh was great. She builds Fatal Influence with Fallon Henley. Fallon Henley, also somebody I'm a big fan of. Big fan of Lainey Reed as well. And she had the time in TNA this past year. And she even told about in the interviews that was about like her growth as a wrestler, and they kind of possibly saw her in a different light. But Jacy Jayne, she had a fantastic year. I also said I never thought she would. I never personally thought she would win the NXT Women's Championship, but she did, because Jacy Jayne, she's so good that in the world of wrestling, when you're too good, that could be a problem. Like, acts like, when I say she's too good, like think Dolph Ziggler, think of X-Pac, the good hands, the ones that are good at everything, the ones that are good are the best at everything. They don't always get the recognition they deserve. Jacy Jayne is got all the spotlight, everything she deserved, and more. And she's still showing it. It's not winning so quick ring. She's a constant part of the show. She is the show. Main events the show. Is a running theme throughout the show with her, Fallon, and Lainey. So Jacy Jayne, I'm like her biggest cheerleader at this point, maybe other than her boyfriend and her parents. But Jacy Jayne, in my opinion, is the breakout star of 2025. So shout out to Jacy Jayne.